Welcome to the second video in the Burning Man DMV Mutant Vehicle Workshop series. In the first video of the series, we gave you an introduction to the DMV, including who the DMV is and what is and is not a mutant vehicle. In this video, we will talk about the safety aspects you will need to consider as you're designing and building your mutant vehicle. You should plan for basic safe operation of your vehicle. The DMV safety inspection is not going to guarantee the safety of your vehicle, but we are going to look for basic safety hazards such as sharp objects or edges and things like exposed wiring or tripping hazards. The walker and spotter policy states, as Black Rock City is a pedestrian city, all vehicles must yield to pedestrian traffic. To be able to do this safely, vehicles that are large, long, or where the driver does not have a clear view of front and back of the vehicle, walkers and/or spotters must be used at all times when the vehicle is in motion. The walkers and/or spotters must have direct communication with the driver and must be in a position that they can stop participants from entering dangerous areas around a vehicle while it is in motion. The number of walkers and/or spotters required will be based on the size and type of vehicle, but must be sufficient number of people to ensure safe navigation. The walkers and/or spotters must have some type of markings or attire that will identify them as walkers and/or spotters for the particular vehicle. Examples of markings and attire include reflective safety vests, brightly collared or reflective hats, brightly collared or reflective bandanas, brightly collared or reflective shirts. A video surveillance system cannot be substituted in place of walkers. Walkers or spotters cannot replace a trailer barrier. One way to significantly improve fuel safety on mutant vehicles is to remove all extra fuel from the vehicle other than what is carried in the primary fuel tanks used to fuel the drive motor and/or generators. The process of fueling a hot generator or storing fuel in proximity to people may lead to a situation that could result in a fuel spill or resulting fire, which could quickly become life-threatening. The DMV requires that no extra fuel be stored on a mutant vehicle or attached trailers. Operators must size the primary tank and/or generator tank so that it can be run long enough to not need refueling on a single trip, or fuel only at their camp fuel storage area. Better yet, operators should arrange to have their vehicle fueled daily at the mutant vehicle fueling station, also called Hell Station. Vehicle operators must be instructed not to fuel when participants are on board the vehicle. If a vehicle absolutely needs to have additional fuel on board, for example, to transport fuel from the fueling station back to camp, it must be no more than 5 US gallons and be stored in appropriately secured, DOT-approved fuel container. In addition, the container must be designed for and clearly marked with the type of fuel being used. Lasers. Handheld lasers are never permitted at Burning Man. Mounted lasers may be permitted once inspected by the Laser Arts Safety Team, also called LAST. This is a direct response to a participant being blinded from a laser being pointed into their eyes. Some vehicles may be designated as playa only. This means that they are not allowed to drive on city streets and should only be operated on the open playa. When might your vehicle be designated as playa only, and why? Any vehicle that lacks the ability to safely navigate city streets will be licensed as playa only. This may include vehicles which are longer and cannot safely make turns in the city intersections, or any vehicle which is 13 feet or wider. Playa-only vehicles may drive in the city directly from the playa to their camps in some cases. Many playa-only vehicles request camp placement on the outer edges of the city or along the 2 or 10 p.m. radials. so that they may more easily bring their vehicles back to camp when they are ready to go home. Trailer barriers. For all mutant vehicles that have a trailer of any kind, there must be a barrier in place that will prevent any person from intentionally or unintentionally entering the space between the trailer and the tow vehicle, between the tow vehicle and one trailer, and between one trailer and the next trailer. This barrier must have a minimum height of no more than 12 inches from the playa surface, and a maximum height that is either equal to the maximum height of the mutant vehicle or no less than 36 inches above the playa surface. The barrier must be in place before the vehicle moves and must remain in place at all times when the vehicle is in motion. The barrier must be sufficiently strong as to stop the forward motion of a person who intentionally or unintentionally walks into it. No vehicle or trailer ingress or egress location may be located in the space between a trailer and tow vehicle or between two trailers, unless provisions are in place which will prevent motion of the vehicle while passengers are loading and unloading. No ingress or egress from second levels, for example ladders or stairs, is permitted to be in the space between a trailer and tow vehicle or between two trailers at any time. At all times after sunset, the space between the trailer and tow vehicle and between one trailer and the next trailer must be illuminated in a manner which is easy to see regardless of ambient lighting conditions and will discourage any person from intentionally or intentionally entering this space. Regardless of how they are constructed, trailer barriers must be strong and secure enough to block a passage of people trying to walk through the hitch area. Trailers with barriers that are deemed insufficient to block passage will not be licensed by the DMV. Mutant vehicles that do not conform to these trailer safety guidelines may not be licensed. Additional information can be found online on the Burning Man website and about what is and is not a barrier. Here we have a simple mutant vehicle which looks like a boat pulling a canoe. The canoe is a trailer. You can see the top image, there is no barrier. This is not acceptable. The middle image, this owner has used fencing, which has been reinforced. The bottom image, this owner has used a chain or heavy rope. The image on the right shows how the barrier must connect to the back of the tow rig at the widest point and to the trailer connecting at the widest point. This is also true for a trailer-to-trailer. How do you make turns with your vehicle when this barrier is in place? As you might expect, the barrier could sag to the ground as it makes turns. Next, we are going to watch a video from the owner of Soul Train, Christopher, who has come up with an ingenious way of keeping the chain tight while still allowing the vehicle to turn. Here's the video on how to accomplish this. The goal: to create a barrier preventing people from approaching the hitch. Make it firm and flexible. Solution from Christopher was use wires and ropes. You can see he has a simple chain pulley system here. Even with his full body weight, this barrier will not budge. This barrier will prevent anyone from accidentally or intentionally entering this dangerous area. As the vehicle turns, the cables move to the other side of the vehicle, allowing it to turn correctly. Burning Man does have a sound policy, and it continues to be one of the bigger issues year after year. The DMV is hoping the current sound policy is enough and further action will not be needed. It is up to the MV owners to decide to follow the policy, or the DMV will be forced to take further actions. Vehicles can be classified into 3 levels. Level 1. This is under 90 decibels at 30 feet. This is the size of a normal car stereo or the average living room stereo. These vehicles may play anywhere in the playa and city, but be mindful of your volume and surroundings. Level 2. This is 90 decibels and up at under 100 feet. This is like a small dance club or movie theater system. Level 2 systems may only play at high volume on the open playa, but not in or near the city. Level 3. This is 100 decibels or more at 100 feet or more. This is like a large dance club, arena, or stadium sound system, likely requiring a lot of power to run. Level 3 sound systems may only play at high volume at 10 and 2 o'clock by the large-scale sound camps with their speakers pointing out to the deep playa. They can also play in the Deep Playa Music Zone, also called the DMZ. The location of the DMZ may change each year, so check out your current year Burning Man map. Please note, all decibel levels refer to the maximum potential decibels. These decibel limits are guidelines. The important thing is the impact your sound is having. Always turn your volume down in quiet areas of the city and around art. In some cases, consider just turning your sound system completely off. The Deep Playa Music Zone is a location roughly between 10:30 and 11:30 in the Deep Playa that vehicles with level 3 sound systems can park for more than 3 hours. The intent of the DMZ is to limit the impact of Deep Playa gatherings on other members of the community, including art installations, sound camps, the temple, and other non-partying participants, and that it will additionally promote public safety and sanitation while holding to our leave no trace principle. We often hear, "I turned on my sound and everyone came dancing forward." This is very likely true. What the DJs often miss is while many did come dancing forward, many were running the other way trying to get away from your sound. Both the DMV and the Black Rock Rangers track Mutant vehicles' sound complaints during the Burning Man event and maintain records of complaints from year to year. Vehicles with even a single sound policy infraction may risk their ability to apply for a Mutant vehicle license in subsequent years. A Mutant vehicle that received more than 2 warnings about its sound system during a given year may have its DMV license revoked and lose the right to be driven for the rest of the event. You may choose to use an alternative type of engine for your vehicle. Wind power. Any vehicle which uses wind power, such as sails, the sails must immediately collapse upon letting go with the hands. Like a sailboard, as soon as your hand lets go, the sail collapses immediately. Slowly collapsing, such as what you would happen with a sailboat, is not permitted. Steam, jet, nuclear, or anything else other than non-traditional electric or gas engines will need to get inspected by the FAST team. You have reached the end of the second video in the Burning Man DMV Mutant Vehicle Workshop series. Please continue with video 3, where we will discuss the application process to bring a Mutant vehicle to Burning Man.